A lot of times people be talking about feminine energy, but they don't talk about sisterhood. How have you got all this feminine energy, but you don't have females who want to be around you? You're going to be a bad person walking around in a nice wig and a nice bag. Still makes you a bad person. And this is another thing. This is turning into a rant. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are all doing well. I've literally recorded 6 videos today and this would be 7. Who is she? I think she's getting her YouTube flow back. And I thought, why not film and get unready with me? Because I also went to Superdrug earlier today and I bought some skincare stuff because I was really running low on things like moisturizer, toner, and I just wanted to zhuzh up my skincare routine a little bit. So I went to the drugstore, as the girls would say, and I picked up some goodies. And so yeah, let me take off my necklace and put my hair away. But it wouldn't be a true CDB video if I didn't talk about something, you know? And I have something to say, especially because, I'm just tucking my hair into my braids because I really cannot be bothered to find where this hairband is. So yeah, I'm loving this hairstyle on me, by the way. Thank you for all the compliments on it, both here and on the podcast and stuff like that. I'm gonna start off with washing my hands. Obviously there's going to be, okay, you don't have to be so loud, thank you. There's going to be water noises and stuff, maybe a little bit of ASMR because I need to wash my face for real. So as I have been like bulk filming and just doing my thing in terms of putting out content for you guys, I've been really loving getting to change my content a bit to actually produce what would be helpful to you. And one thing that I've noticed is the girls want to hear about, you know, glowing and growing journey, the reality of it. And I think it's because a lot of us are exposed to personal development content as women. And sometimes you just want real, honest, transparent conversation about it, whether it be, you know, from a spiritual angle, a social, political angle, whatever. And I'm glad to just give you, and this is what my priority is in 2023, to give content which is actually helpful to your journey into whatever woman that you want to be. And so let me just go dry my hands and then I'll come back to talk about some things which I've been seeing, because my heart is really for our generation of women in our evolution and in our growth. And I think social media is both a blessing and a curse, and it is filled with blessings and curses. And I really wanted to come and talk about some of the lies which social media and a lot of the personal development content which we watch, which I wouldn't say it's with bad intention. I think most of these things are with good intention, even if the advice isn't that great. I wanted to come and talk about some of the lies that we have been told to believe about our personal development journeys and talk about what leveling up is and is not, because I think understanding why you are going on a glowing and growing journey is as important as the journey itself. And if you're not careful, you find yourself just over worrying, getting anxious, developing even bigger insecurities under the guise of confidence or, you know, being that girl. And yeah, I wanted to come and just get you in the right headspace, hopefully, and yeah, take off my makeup at the same time. Most of the products I'm going to use today are new. I literally picked them up at Superdrug today, but I'm going to start this off by using the melting balm, I think it's called. Yeah, Melt It Cleansing Balm by Chem. If you guys know, I absolutely love Chem products. I have been using their skincare as well as their makeup for years now. I absolutely love it. And I'm going to use the melting balm because I think that like cleansing balms have become one of my favorite go-tos for taking off my makeup. Before using this one, I was using the Miss one, but that girl is pricey. Okay, she said I am a high value woman. So this is a great alternative. I also want to try the Clinique one, but yeah, I'm just going to warm that up in my hands and then melt this whole beat off. But I feel like one of the first things that I have noticed in the whole like feminine energy, and I think it's so interesting that I'm doing this whole like video about getting to the real root and the real why behind your glowing and growing journey, and I'm taking off my makeup. It's giving symbolic, it's giving poetic. But anyways, one of the biggest things that I've seen in the like, you know, leveling up, that girl, it girl, feminine energy content is a lot of people kind of center femininity, they center personal growth and personal development around men and the male gaze. And don't get me wrong, I am a big believer and a big person. I'm somebody who understands that if you want to get into a relationship, there may be some changes you want to make to yourself, blah, blah, blah. Completely get it. The game is the game, all right? Chop it up to the game. But at the same time, I don't think the sole motive for your personal growth, or even the primary motive for your personal growth, should be to get a partner, just because I think it creates unrealistic expectations about the timeline of your life and also the way that relationships work. Life is not fair. Meritocracy ain't really that real. And don't get me wrong, hard work and effort does breed results. However, just because you've dropped some pounds, you've read all the books, you've gone to church, you've gone to therapy, it doesn't necessarily mean that your instant reward is going to be a relationship. And it also puts more pressure on you than necessary to find external validation for yourself in the form of male validation, and I'm just not here for it. Like, I'm really not. I'm actually gonna wipe off the cleansing balm off my face instead of using the water to wash it off, because I find that with this one it doesn't necessarily emulsify that easily, but it does melt off my makeup. So I'm gonna wipe it off. Haven't used wipes in a minute, but I'm using the biodegradable are you gonna focus, baby? Biodegradable cleansing facial wipes from Superdrug. These are I picked these up because they were fragrance free. I think another reason why I hate this kind of portrayal that like your personal development is there so you can bag yourself a high value man and be a high value woman and all of that. I know it's relationship advice. I do think that when we center our personal development around that kind of incentive, we make it seem as though relationships are simply romantic, and that it's only romantic relationships that are worthy of us being intentional and of us working on ourselves and becoming good people. And that's not true. Like, your friendships matter. And this is another bigger issue I've noticed in the whole like feminine energy space, is a lot of times people be talking about feminine energy, but they don't talk about sisterhood. How have you got all this feminine energy, but you don't have females who want to be around you? Feminine energy is not just to attract masculine presence, right? It's not just there to make men look at you and think, oh, this desirable gazelle is out here. Like, I get it, but I do think that feminine, masculine energy, if you believe in that, I believe that God made male and female to be two expressions of who he is, right? So you can't really know God without knowing femininity. You can't really know God without knowing and understanding and appreciating masculinity either, and what society has made that into, though, can be a bit dangerous at times. And I think it's important for us to realize that like these things aren't just to attract one another. They are there to complement each other, but also they are there to help the world by showing different sides of God's nature to the world. And like, a lot of people have all this feminine energy and gentleness, this patience and being a comforter and all of that, like all of these things. They have all of this nurturing that they can give to men, but they won't necessarily give it to women in friendship. And I do think that that's just a sign of inconsistent character. And that's another big flaw or big criticism, I have of a lot of the personal development content we see online. Sometimes it can have us more focused on our external appearance than it does our character. And I think that that's a big problem. So after using the cleansing balm, I'm going to go in with a cleanser. And today I'm actually using the Me Plus it's a Superdrug brand, the salicylic acid cleanser. This is my first time using it. Literally, I just bought this today. And so I'm excited to see what this will be like. Let me pop it open. Ooh. It's literally soap. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I feel like it can have us so focused on like our external, what we look like, how we dress. Let me actually talk to you. How we dress and how we carry ourselves rather than who we actually are. And don't get me wrong, that stuff matters, right? The person that, you present yourself to be, all of that can help encourage you. It can be motivating, blah, 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 blah. But all of it is just a manifestation of what's already inside of you. And if you don't cultivate good character, if you don't have a good heart, you're going to be a bad person walking around in a nice wig and a nice bag. Still makes you a bad person. Like, I think a lot of people have bad attitudes. They lack home training sometimes. Oh, not my phone telling me it's time to take my food out of the oven. Some of these people also lack basic home training, and it's like, and yet you are poised as the pinnacle of personal development because you drive a nice car, or you have a nice bag, or you have loads of subscribers, or whatever it is that we're kind of measuring value by. And I think that can be dangerous. Ooh, that was lovely. Let's go in with some toner. But yeah, I say all that to say your character matters, right? And the way that you go about the glowing and growing process matters just as much as the results, if not more, to be fair. Like, oh, I didn't even show you what I was using. Okay, let me just, whoa, why did it get foamy like that? Doesn't smell like anything. But why is it foamy? Have I still got soap on my face? This is the Me Plus BHA toner with 2% salicylic acid. I was talking to Mandy yesterday and she was talking about, I was asking for recommendations about skincare. She doesn't use these products, but she'll just, you know, Mandy, love you, a woman in STEM. She's actually not a scientist, but like she knows a lot about skincare, and she was talking to me about like the different chemicals that can help me deal with a lot of the texture which I have developed on my face. So yeah, I'm gonna try these out. Hopefully I don't break out from them, but my skin is quite tough. She's a tough girl. Hopefully I'll be able to see progress in the next month or so. But yeah, I say all that to say your character matters. Your character development actually matters. What's in your heart actually matters. What's in your mind actually matters. And the way you treat people, whether it's people you're attracted to, people you aren't attracted to, whether they are just your friends, your family, your co-workers, speaks volumes about who you truly are. Not the things that you wear, not the things that you buy, not the people who follow you or the people who know you. It's your character and what people can attest about your character. And a character is not just a performance. Your character is who you are at your core. And I want us to be women of good character. I want to be a woman of good character. And that means that I often have to call into question the way that I am behaving and my motives and whether I am being consistent and integral across the board. So yeah, that's food for thought. And I also think, before I actually share this thought, I bought 2 moisturizers today. So I got the Revolution Ceramides Moisture Lotion, this lotion. I was walking around Sainsbury's, Superdrug for ages looking for a moisturizer, and I finally saw this. This looks like a cleanser to me in terms of the packaging, but I do not work in branding, branding products anyway. So yeah, I got this, but I also picked up the Revolution Miracle Cream, and this just sounds like something I want to use on my face. So I'm going to use this tonight. It looks like this. It's proper giving bougie. It's proper giving high end. She's investing in herself. Can you imagine? I went to Superdrug today. I spent £58 and the woman handed me over 1 carrier bag. I said, you would have thought I splurged on the whole shop for £58 and you're handing me 1 bag, and the bag is light too. It wasn't just on this skincare stuff. It was like, I bought soaps, toothpaste, you know when you got to re-up on your staples. I also bought a lipstick, stuff like that. But, oh, okay. She's proper giving fancy. Can you guys, look, why am I not showing you properly? She's proper giving fancy. Look at her and I'll look at you in the camera. Yeah. This is nice. I like this. I like packaging. I'm a sucker for packaging. This makes me feel so like special. You can tell I've only just entered a different tax bracket, kind of almost there. So yeah, I think when you base your growth as well on like the way you look and what you have and stuff, you begin to get a bit prideful. And one thing I always am mindful of, or I'm trying my best to be mindful of, is when I find pride creeping into my heart, because I take that scripture seriously when it says pride comes before a fall, but also that pride is one of the hardest things for God to kind of help correct you on, because it's like Leviathan, this big monster, like with this thick neck that just doesn't want to turn away from its path and from its ways. And so whenever you see pride, oh, this smells nice. whenever you see pride like creeping in, I think it's important to just nip it in the bud. And I think the advice that sometimes we as women are given can lead to pride. It can lead to us thinking we are better than other people. And it's not necessarily explicit advice. I think it's more so the rhetorics and the narratives which surround our personal development. We need to be careful with the words and the language you use around. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think we need to be careful about the words. This feels so moisturizing. Courtney, get the thought out. Okay, we need to be careful about the words and the language and the rhetorics that we are creating around certain things, because as much as it may not be what we explicitly mean, the more these things are repeated without nuance, without caveats, without disclaimers, the easier they are to be misconstrued. And I think a lot of what I've heard has made it seem like, in the case of like marriage is the pinnacle, marriage is the goal, marriage is the sign that you have, you know, reached the apex of your personal development. And it's like, no. Yes, one of the things that you can do to prepare for marriage is work on yourself as a person, but being single isn't a sign that you haven't done the personal development work. Being married also isn't a sign that you have done the personal development work. Do you get what I mean? In that kind of example, I think a lot of us can start to think that we are better than other people intrinsically. And I think that that's quite dangerous, especially if we want to be women who serve other women and serve people and serve our communities well. We need to start developing a more gentler approach, and an approach that's like, I want to help you. If I see something in you which you seem to be dissatisfied with, not that I'm telling you should be dissatisfied with it, but if you see something in someone and they're like, I actually want to change this about myself, we should be women who are willing to help, rather than to pose ourselves as like, you wish you were like me, you wish you were on my level. And this is another thing. This is turning into a rant. This is another thing though. Leveling up is not just about getting baddie friends and building this amazing network. Like, I think a lot of us, I'm just letting my moisturizer sit in. I think a lot of us have that big messed up, because we think that like, oh, I got to surround myself with people who just have my same mindset, with people who will inspire me to level up. And it's like, yeah. And I'm a big believer in having friends who challenge you to be better in areas, but also you out here looking for baddie friends, all your baddie friends aren't really your friends in the first place, because you're all superficial AF, or you're all really prideful, or you're all in competition with each other. You want to have meaningful relationships with people who are dedicated to their growth and also to your growth as well. People who are pouring into you and people who you can pour into and give back to as well. Like, stop being a useless friend and stop being a friend who's like just looking to leech off of people as well. Like, be somebody who not only brings something to the table, but also is sitting around the table with people that they actually trust and people that they actually like, and not just people they can go to brunch with, take cute Instagram pictures with, say that they know, but in real life, they don't pray for you. They don't care about you. They don't. Sit with that reality, okay? Whilst I moisturize my lips with my Nivea lip balm. I didn't buy this today. This is always on deck. But yeah, I just think it's very interesting that a lot of the people who are super feminine don't really seem to value friendship with other women or with other people. But I could have that all wrong, you know? Maybe it's just not the thing that gets the views. And that's another thing you got to understand with personal development. Like, a lot of this is about statistics. It's about what will get the most reads, what will get the most views. And that's something I always am mindful that I need to be careful of as well, because sometimes the truth isn't popular. Sometimes the truth isn't, people don't want to hear it. And sometimes the truth is not always black and white either. And I think that's why it's important. And hopefully I'll always give this on my channel. It's important to have nuance, and it's important to have a wide spread of thought in your conversation. But I am definitely rambling on. I'm looking for my face oil so that I can put that on before I go to bed. But let me know your thoughts. Am I gonna find the face oil? The quest is on. Yes, right here. I'm using my Chem Ultra Glow oil. Absolutely love this stuff. I'm gonna use that as my last step. This is obviously not the same routine I would do in the morning, because I would put sunscreen on, but it is the nighttime, so no sunscreen for me. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. What are some of the other lies that exist in the whole personal development, level up, it girl content sphere here on the internet? I would love to talk about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe I'll make a part 2. Maybe this could be a whole series. No, it can't be a whole series. That would be boring. But yeah, thank you for watching me get unready. And I'm about to go and sleep and rest and check up on my friends and watch a film probably, or watch some YouTube videos anyway. What films are you actually watching? Because I've been craving to watch like The Nutty Professor, or just some old school Eddie Murphy kind of comedy. The Nutty Professor, something Coming to America. I really wanted to watch. I might watch that this evening. Why not? It's definitely going towards midnight. That's why not, babe. Life is for living, eh? Nah, I need to go sleep. That's poor sleep hygiene. Stay integral. You see? Integrity. Let me go sleep. Might watch some Grackle or something. But anyways, I'll talk to you very, very soon. I'm going to wash my hands. But yeah, I will talk to you very, very soon. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have been enjoying my videos lately and that the year is going well for you. But I'll talk to you very, very soon. And as always, I was really about to say keep glowing and growing. Wrong channel. Stay beautiful and stay blessed. Mwah.